want you to win. I want you to achieve. I want you to become great. I want you to make your dream reality. But I can't just want it for you. You're competing against millions. You must do what they won't. See the vision they don't yet see. Dream bigger than they ever have. You must chip away at your dream. I want you to win. I want you to achieve. I want you to become great. I want you to make your dream reality. But I can't just want it for you. You're competing against millions. You must do what they won't. See the vision they don't yet see. Dream bigger than they ever have. You must chip away at your dream. I want you to win. I want you to achieve. I want you to become great. I want you to make your dream reality. But I can't just want it for you. You're competing against millions. You must do what they won't. See the vision they don't yet see. Dream bigger than they ever have. You must chip away at your dream.
Every single person out here has a dream, but the reality is that they lose sight of it. We get busy, we get caught up in work, and our dream passes us by. I'm here to make sure that doesn't happen, inspiring people to take the small steps and realize that dream that's way up here is actually possible when you chunk it down and you move closer to it. So I come out here and I hold up my sign every day. Hey guys, my name is Zach. I'm out here talking about dreams. I started doing signs that were motivational and inspirational. And then after weeks of doing that and 40, 50 signs, my friends online said, dude, I know you're missing these great conversations. We need to see what you're talking about with the people, not just a picture of your sign. So I got this GoPro right here. And now it's evolved to where I've become more clear about my life's mission, which is everything about dreams. The very first day I came out here, I'll be so honest with you, I was terrified. I was scared of what people think. I'd already spoken on stage. I was scared. I was like, what if people shut me down? What if people, hate on me? What if people cuss me out? The what if is what holds everybody back. What if they don't?
What if it's Thursday and dreamers pull up so we can talk about the dreams? So we can talk about moving close to the dreams. What's going on, guys? Excited to be here for another installment of Dream Talk. Maybe you've seen me around the block. My name is Zach. Some people know me as the Genie. Some people know me as the voice of Dreamcat. I see some familiar faces here. We got the Cat Collector. What an appropriate name when a Catcoin Supercycle is in the works. Also a dreamer chasing his dream. One of the few. We got Bubba Gump. He's always expanding on life, making moves, pushing the Ninja Cat dream, got the new job, got the family dream, the pool dream. He's a dream chaser too in the building. Sharky, your best friend, what's going on? This is Dream Talk. We're going to talk about alpha that can move you closer to your dream, how you can take action on it. And this is like a very actionable episode because it's just real. And we'll apply it to crypto and meme coins. And first I'm a hoe, or maybe it's just high and a typo. Cannonball, what's going on? What's going on? Hey, you like the cap? America, that's, you know what that stands for? Personal excellence is the ultimate rebellion. I don't know if you've ever heard of Andy Frisella. And honestly, you can see I've worn it to the gym too much when I'm in the wrong lighting. I might have to buy some more because I'm always adjusting. But the red, white, and blue, the buffalo, personal excellence is the ultimate rebellion. What does that mean? It means the world is soft. The world is full of quitters. The world is full of half-assers. The world is cutting corners. And if you want to make America a great nation once more, how do you do it? It starts with you. It starts with a fit body. It starts with a sharp mind. It starts with big dream ambitions. It starts with putting America on the map, and it starts with the people, what we put in our body, how we carry ourselves, how we talk. So it's a very good, in my eyes, a very good thing to represent. Yeah, what if they don't? Anyway, enough of the pish posh. Welcome in. Thanks for sharing out the show. Format of the show here, like I said, we're going to talk about dreams that make them come true. I did a little extra recruitment on this episode, and I tagged people who I know actively want to chase a dream. Why? This can be your year. Why? Because you know what to do and you haven't been doing it. So today's title is Getting Serious About Your Dream. And what I'm going to tell you in the long form, what I'll tell you now in the short term, is that it's always been possible for you. You know what to do. You're just not doing it. And if you don't, maybe you just need the nudge. Maybe you just need to be around greatness. So let's talk about that because I'm ready for that. We're going to do 3 giveaways, not 6, just 3. 3 giveaways of 10,000 Dream. That's a meme coin on Solana. Dream Cat, the most successful cat in the world. That's the project that I founded. You got some people here in the chat like Prince. If you want to see what Dream Cat looks like, there it is right there in the corner. He's got the wings on him. He's wearing the blue suit and the red tie. That is Dream Cat. This is also Dream Cat. Yeah, Ben, I planted these plants myself. I nourish them every day. A little water. No, they're fake plants. Fake plants. Ben is a plant expert. So, okay, that's what we got. We got the giveaways and such. We're going to do a quote of the day. We're going to take a look at the Dream Cat chart at the end. I think I saw Space Penguin Girl maybe swing by for a second. I know you're a big dreamer, but let's just dive right in. I always say, this will be a short one, and then we hang out for 3 hours. So there may be tangents. These things could happen, but I kind of just want to get to the point. My notes only has 2 lines. Sometimes I write these elaborate things, but what I want to talk with you about is sometimes we talk crypto, we intertwine it. We're going to start first with your dream, but of course we'll talk about crypto. I sent out special invitations and hey, if you got a dream, pull up, because it's always been possible for you. Your dream, we're all here because we're dreamers, right? This is the Dream Cat community. Maybe we attract some like minds. Coiny comes to mind. If you guys met Coiny, he's from South Korea. He joined our community in the last week. And he's like, everything you talk about, I am drawn to. Like, I've been into personal development. I know that our thoughts can create our reality. I know that if you apply yourself to a dream and you never quit and you keep chipping away, it's only a matter of time. Like, he understands the principles. If it's not your first time, like Prince or Bubba or some other people here like Cat Collector, you also know, hey, there's these principles. That's one thing, right? It's one thing for you to know it takes consistency and discipline and a positive attitude. And okay, you've heard these things, you know these things. But what I'm talking about now is it's just like, are you ready, basically? Are you willing? Do you want it? Because as a dream chaser myself, I can tell you when there is urgency, when there is deadlines, that's one little piece of it. When there is pressure because of your environment, when your environment changes, I should probably talk about that. That is another thing that just gets shit done, makes things happen, okay? So I'm just asking you if you're ready. Why? Because I'm ready. I'm not saying we're going to pump dream to the moon overnight. All I'm saying is I'm ready to chase my dream. And I say this because I am a team player in the sense that, yes, I'm going to chase my dream, and some of those things will be my own actions. But I love dreamers. I want to see you win, and I just want to invite you to dream along with me. And simply me asking you, like Prince says, how bad do you want it? Me asking you, okay, Prince Noah Farr. I've never said that before. Okay, Prince, you want to make money online? Do you really, brother? Do you really? Because maybe like that would be bigger for you than it would be for me. So you have a different pressure level than I have, right? So I'm like, yeah, I want to do this, but like I don't need it at the moment, but I'm going to need it too. I'm going to need to make it online as well in my own special way. So you talked about making a TikTok before. You talked about wanting to make money online, get monetized. How bad do you want that? If that's the route you want to take, then I'm going to tell you right now, in this next year, you can transform your life, bro. Yeah, I really mean that. You can transform your life, because I'll tell you how real it was for me. So I'm in the midst, myself is a dreamer. I believe I'm a dreamer amongst fellow dreamers. That's my assumption. You let me know if I'm wrong. Maybe I'm a dreamer against wishers. But if I'm amongst dreamers, let me just tell you from a dreamer's point of view, where I'm at. I've had goals before, certain things. I've wanted to build some social stuff in the past, build my social, but I never had it was never just time. It was just kind of like a goal that I wanted, but it wasn't really an emergency or a necessity. Your necessity goals that you choose to put on the pedestal, if you're like, man, I'm Ben, the cat collector, and dude, I need to really hit some big side gigs this year. And okay, great, side gigs to make how much money? If there's a bigger why, that sure helps. I need 20 grand this year. Whatever you pick, you're gonna get. And so it became so real for me, realizing all I did is I set out my intentions and my goals for what I want. And I'm gonna be vulnerable here as the Dream Cat Dev and share a few of those personal goals with you, give you a little alpha on how they help the dream, right? Because you guys are maybe your Dream Cat holders. So my 3 biggest goals for this year, we'll start in reverse order. At the lowest totem of this is to secure a girlfriend, okay? Now, sure, there's plenty of girls available, but I don't want to date her unless she has a wife potential, okay? So that's the bottom of the list, number 1. Why? Because I've timed it out. It's 3 years from now, I'm going to have this. I got to have it. I'm a little bit behind. So that's at the bottom of the list, the lady. Maybe she helps the dreams. Maybe she brings the best out of me. But I'm planning for the timeline in the future, the lady. Okay, the second is I want to monetize dreams. Right now, we're talking about dreams, right? I love to hang out with you guys. We post on Dreamcat. We have a book club on Saturday. And it's, okay, this is what I want to do. It's not what I want to do forever. I don't want to be a content creator or a Tony Robbins anymore. But I'm going to talk about dreams. This is my life. It's a piece of my journey. So how can I get the best out of that, the most out of that? By not working a job anymore, right? Before you make your dream come true, you have to, there's always a segue point, right? So some of you are dreamers out there and you're like, yeah, my dream sounds nice, but maybe I still do, landscaping for this person. And maybe you want to start your own landscaping business. Whatever it is, I don't know. We can talk more about our dreams on Tuesday. This is a 2-part space. If you're here right now, I want to invite you to a X space on Tuesday. We haven't done one in months, and I want to invite you to come up and let's talk about your dreams, the action, the motion, the real deal. Let's get that done. We got January here. So, got a little segue. Let me get back. Let me get locked back in. Space for you. Def wants to get settled. Okay, so I was talking about the different goals. And the second goal was monetizing, okay? Monetizing, I like to talk with you guys, dreams, all these things, but I want to be able to go all in. So if I can get paid to do stuff like this, then maybe my frequency goes up big, right? Maybe I'm doing a space every day. Maybe I'm, getting deeper into it, creating twice as much content, all these different things. So that's something I'm looking at. That's goal number 2, monetize myself to replace a job. So pay for all my bills, and I'm actually trying to double my hustle income. So I'm trying to double my hustle income. That's a goal in this year, in 2026. So basically never work another job from here, become completely self-sufficient from self-creation, entrepreneurial, maybe it's offers, maybe it's different paid communities, maybe it's merch, maybe it's funnels of things, but it's all value that can serve people, content and education. The third goal is to build a social media following, okay? The low end of this goal is 100,000 followers. That's low end, but also I'd be very happy with that. My current Instagram that I've had for 9 years, I've never gone all in on social. I've just created. that has 2,150 or 2,200 people. I had 1,000 on Facebook, 300 on YouTube. I've never had a huge social media. I have had videos that have got 100,000 views in that, but I've never been big on social media. But I've always known in the back of my head, like, oh, all I have to do is try, right? Like, if I wanted to do that, I could. And maybe you're on the other end of this, saying, yeah, if I want to make my dream come true, like, I could probably do that, but like, I really don't know. I really don't know what's stopping you. Usually it's desperation. Usually it's a big enough why. That's been my case. I've had 100,000 social media goal on my vision wall about 3 years ago. It wasn't even on my wall in the last 2 years, but it used to be a goal, but it just wasn't as important. In this year, based on the trajectory of getting to the bigger dream, it is important now. And so now I say it's a game. Let me tell you this, dreamer, please listen to me. Achieving when you know that your dream is not a wish. Like when we talk about here, dream until reality, some people go out there and they make their dream come true. Why? Not because it's just like a option. It's a do or die necessity. We've heard some of the Tony Robbins has said it, Iggy Libre, who we know, he says it too. Burn the boats, right? Burn the boats. It basically means if you have a backup plan, if you have like, oh, I want to get to 100K followers, but if I get a girlfriend and then I don't, like, it's still okay. Like, no, you gotta be, look, this must happen. This is like a do or die. And I've had these do or die goals before. I'll tell you a do or die. I don't let myself get fat. I cannot be fat. It's a non-negotiable goal. I get a little heavy on the ice cream, maybe a little something shows up and I say, not acceptable for me, not acceptable standard. When I went to school, it was a goal for me to get straight A's. I had to, it was a must. Non-negotiable, like maybe I could have failed, but it was the all in. I achieved those goals, those things happen. So I just want to tell you now that if it's not an option for you, if it's not a wish or a wonder, I'm going to challenge you to think of the target, what you want. We're here as dreamers. We're in crypto. If you have a crypto-centric goal, we'll support you there. We'll talk openly about how you can achieve it. If it's you want to become a social media, if you want to earn $200 a month from creating TikToks, we'll talk about that too. If you want to be a preacher and start blowing up your name and get to 10,000, 20,000 followers, we'll talk about that too. If you want to make more side hustle money, find more appropriate gigs, scale it, get to more money, we'll talk about that too. There are ideas for every dream, for everything. There's actions that can level it up. It's just about how bad you want it. So those are my 3 goals, okay? And I can tell you, all it takes is like the decision. All it really takes is like gosh, I like this. I like this. I want it. I want it all now. Let's go, baby. 2026 in motion. It's contagious. Okay. So I want to tell you the point of view on my end. Okay. How fast this stuff can happen when you get in the flow of action. You all have access to ChatGPT, Grok, AI stuff. It's actually really useful. You can ask it questions, right? You can ask, hey, Grok, how do I make $200 a month? Paint me a roadmap on social media, on TikTok, and tell me what other influencers have done to monetize to make $200 a month or something like that, right? Please tell me this. So you ask, it gives you an answer, and people know that. Like I know Ben's used AI and stuff, but I can tell you that literally in the matter of a day, okay? I want to take you back to yesterday. I had this intention. I came into the year with intentions. This is what you do as a dreamer, okay? We're getting serious about dreams now. Do you have an intention? Do you have a goal? Do you have an outcome? Pick one. Really, really important. No goal, nowhere to go. Good. You got a goal. You got a target. Next, get intentional. What do you need to do? How do you get closer? What's the next step? For me, I said I want to monetize on social media. I scheduled a sales call to talk to someone to say, hey, can you help me? Here's my ideas, blah, blah, blah. I did that call yesterday. I talked to the experts saying, hey, how can you connect with us? I still have the book here. Okay, it was Dean Graziosi, and guess who? Tony Robbins. Okay, Tony Robbins is like the #1 person in the entire world. How can I monetize knowledge and information? Let me know. I got on that call and I said, okay, I'm hearing this, I'm hearing this. And after that call, I decided I didn't feel super aligned, like it was immediately time, but I said, what this is telling me is I think maybe the next step when you're a dreamer, you always look for the next available piece. You pick the dream, you work backwards, and you just grab what's next. And we're just gonna be talking dreams for a little bit. Crypto will kind of be on the back end. I'm just gonna let you know in case you're waiting for me to talk about like Bitcoin and meme coins. I'm gonna be dream centric right here for a few minutes, okay? So, gosh dang, lost track. Let's rewind. I did this call, okay? I did the call, and after the call, I basically realized, okay, the monetization thing, I think what I need to do first, it doesn't feel like perfectly aligned. I think what I need to do first is tackle the social media. So I literally went over to ChatGPT, which it's been available to me all this time. But now I'm like, I know where I want to go. I know what I want to get to. Boom, 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 bing. And I plug it all in. And I just plug away for like 2 hours. I ask many, many questions. I ask about, I want to make this. I told ChatGPT exactly what I want to do. I want to do this. I need to do this. I want to make this amount of money, blah, blah, blah. Pathway tells me the pathway. Or I just asked, what should I do? Okay, it gives me different results. And I asked a number of different questions. Which expert? Should I do this? Would this be feasible? Quarter plan. How about tell me about merch sales? What does Mr. Beast do? What does this person do? Oh, they do this, they do this. I copied things over to my notepad. Okay, that was like 2 hours of intention. And it said, here's a really realistic plan on what to do. And I'm like, that does seem pretty feasible. Like, that's my goal. That's what I'm going to do. Now, mind you, I would have loved to be financially free like 3 or 4 years ago. Like, I've wanted that for a while. 3, 4 years ago, I was still doing gigs, but I never burned the boats. I just took what was ever next. Now, I have to win. I have to win. I have to build a large social media following. I have to, or my dreams can't come true. That kind of pressure, if we can find that for you, or if we can talk together on a space and let's just chat. And I mean, you can even throw it in the comments and start thinking right now, brainstorming live with us. I'm here to dream with you. Man, what is that deep driver? How can I like manipulate my dreams to make the next thing I need a must and not an option? What happens if you fail? Is there a big enough ouch pain? So for me, I said, okay, I need to do this. After that, I did that stuff. I said, okay, here's what I need to do. I started looking through social media stuff, and I said, okay, let me find like an expert, and I found an expert. So in the course of 4 hours, basically 5, 6 hours, we'll say, did the call, made a decision. It's not next. Social media is next. How can I position myself? How can I get viral? I decided, okay, cut loose ends. I've had this Instagram for 9 years. We let it go. We start fresh. We start new. We look in the expert. And then I'm going across this stuff. And when I look at the experts, so much is out there, right? How, like, it would be a dream to get 15,000 followers. And this stuff says how to get, if you're looking at your plan, you should realistically be able to get 10 to 15,000 followers in your first 3 months, in your first quarter. If you follow this roadmap, there's always a blueprint. There's always a roadmap. But the gap, hopefully I'm not getting too heavy on you, just spitting all this stuff out at you. But the gap between like what it really takes and what you're doing today is the biggest difference. And so when I'm sending out this invitation, it's I'm here to make my dreams come true. If you are too, let's put the pressure on each other. This is the power, the potential of the DreamCat community while we let everything else run at play. Now, let me say this is a caveat if you're a DreamCat holder. I didn't mention my goal is to take DreamCat to 10 million market cap this cycle or whatever. So you're like, oh, maybe dreams, whatever. The following is an essential piece of the puzzle, the following. So me building the social following on my end, I also want to build the DreamCat X. So I want to build Instagram, TikTok for myself. I want to build X for Genie, X for DreamCat, more so focus on DreamCat, okay? Creating the personal for myself on dreams would be a funnel. So that is a realistic way on how to introduce people to dream is, can I morph them? Can I just dig into the AI potential? In an ideal world, can I cloak? Here's something I'd love to do. Can I cloak myself and show up to you on screen as Dreamcat? If I can do that, the game changes. Suddenly I'm gone and I'm sitting in front of you right here in this actual room, just like we've had some AI pictures speaking as the orange cat with the realistic mouth movement. I feel like that's close. I've seen some crazy stuff with celebrities. So when you think about the impossibilities, man, the tools are in front of us. There's no better time to win and to dream, okay? So, okay, all of that stuff, good, great. That's the goals. I'm telling you, like invitation, think of it, whatever your dream is, let's run, because I'm going to put myself to the test. I am going to pay for some of the things, and I will share these things with you, whether it's the strategies, whatever you're willing to put into your dream, I'm willing to put in the dream, right? It's like dual effort. Like if someone's here and they're all in and they're saying something, I'm not going to be here to ignore them. I'm going to say, okay, you really want it? Then let's dream together. This is what I want to do. I want to dream with dreamers, okay? So I'll just lay that out there. Let's take a quick pause. I'm going to read some comments, and I'm taking note of the people who entered the dream giveaway, read some comments, and then I'm going to get into next little segues about important things that come top of mind with making the dream possible. So first, I see, 28 minutes in? Let's see, I see Mr. Scene pulled up. Did Mr. Scene make it? 7:24, he missed it, first 20 minutes, okay? But Prince was here in the first 20 minutes. Hey, we got Salam, I wish for you to become Muslim. Salute to you. I think it's Assalamu alaikum, salute, respect. I don't think that's in the cards for me. I am a Christian, and I've been based and exposed, especially by traveling all over the world, histories on that. But all respect and much love, and maybe you have a dream as well. Stick with us. We got Bubba, Cat Collector. Okay, all accounted for. Giveaway people are right there. Let's just do one right now. Random number generator. Random. Sometimes I do them at the end. I'm going to do this one. Random number generator 1 through 5. We're going to see who just won 10,000 Dream. Cat Collector, Bubba, Sharky, Cannon, Prince. 1. Cat Collector, congratulations. Cat Collector was 1. You win 10,000 Dream for showing up and being here. Okay, next let's check out some of the comments. It's time for a Dreamcat cap? Dreamcat cap? Or maybe a nap. Nothing is impossible, and as soon as you start to take action, you see all the opportunities out there. Action is powerful, bro. Necessity too. Like when you declare and you need something and you want to make it happen, it just happens so freaking fast. I see some legends pulling up. Bodyguard, thanks for dropping the comments. Coiny, thanks for pulling up, showing some love. We're talking about your dreams. Hey, no matter what community you're from, if you got a dream, we want to get serious right now. I want to offer you to get serious about that. Okay, we got, I must go back to work, earn some money to fund my dreams so I don't must work anymore. Yeah, Ben, let's go, dude. Let's go. You're one of the active dreamers who talks about moving towards your dream. Like, let's just make it happen. That's what I'm here to do. And I think if I can do it, that's what I'm going to talk about next. Environment, all of you can too, because we're starting from a similar spot, all right? Any other comments? I see Prince is active. He's trying to win MVP award. He knows the drill. He's inviting people. He's reviewing. He's talking about being intentional with your goals. He missed last week, but he's here. Yeah, shout out to Prince. All right, let's get back to it. Okay, next thing I want to tell you. On this whole topic about getting serious about your dream, there's things that you can do to change the outcome. One I've already talked heavy about, I did a whole episode on it, was urgency and deadlines. About 4 weeks ago, I reviewed it. That to me is the best predicator to make things happen. So to quickly review it, urgency and deadlines, what do I mean by that? I'm gonna use people who've shared their dream. I see Prince is in the building again. You wanted to make some money on social media. You've talked about working your job just doesn't make too much sense to you after commute and travel and your bills and your apartments. It's almost like you're working for nothing, right? Tougher opportunity where you are. So how strong is that pain point? And how does that pain point relate to feeling bad for yourself or feeling like sorry for yourself, right? Because we have an option. I've done it too, bro. I'm not picking on you. I can tell you if I'm comfortable and I'm man, I got a place to stay. I just feel, damn, this, and this. And I'm just going to like scroll on social media for an hour. I've done it many, many, many times. Weakness of mine, right? If I have any addictions like social media and food, feel bad, go eat. Man, let me get an ice cream cone. This is stressful. So, okay, if that's the case, how can we, for the deadline urgency, how can we make that pressure point do or die? Is there anything we can do to burn the boats? One example would be, hey, if you don't think you can make it by yourself, the thing that I'm most excited to say is, I believe I might fail, but I don't think so. I think like it. I believe in my own mind that anything I seek to do, I can achieve because I've sort of done it so far. It's just like, it just comes down to urgency. So I really feel like, man, I really got to make a social media following. Surely all I have to do is learn from the best. This podcast really went to the top, at least for like how it looks, just from learning from someone great. And so now the same thing. What are the viral hooks? What are like, how do you make viral videos? Who's made viral videos? Do you need to start a new account? How frequently do you need to post? So I'm going to run on social media. If you want to run on social media too, could it be, hey, let's run together. Let's have the environment. Let's have the motivation. You can watch before your eyes how possible it is. But the hard part is about being a dreamer is most times there's not someone here to help you. So if you're ready and you want it, then my offer is if you're a dreamer out there, let's dream together. Let's go. Like 2026, got to hit this goal, this goal, this goal. For me, it's freedom, monetizing, making X amount of dollars a month. And man, if I can make this amount of dollars a month just by declaring it and deciding because this is my standard, then you can definitely make whatever it is for you, right? And I know for a lot of people, the money difference would be different from here to America. This goal will happen simply because it is my standard. I decided, and it's just like I'm not willing to settle for less. So in this life, when it comes to your dreams, what you pick is realistic for you is your standard and your option. Some people say, I won't let myself get obese. Some people say, not having a 4-pack of abs is unacceptable. It's a choice, it's a standard, and no matter what, each person holds true to their standards. I can tell you right now, I'm gonna tell you some more stuff because I share some of my life stories. I did some sports gambling for the first time in my life this week. I've never done it. I think gambling is one of those like bad things that's just burning money. It's a dumb thing. But I'm a believer person. And right now, I really like the Chicago Bears. I've had an up-close look. Their whole motion is comeback, underdogs, belief. This is the same way I invest in meme coins. I don't invest in the huge Goliaths. Give me something to believe in. Show me something that I can believe in. The Chicago Bears have done that. I think they can do anything. They believe they can do anything. And so I've placed some bets on them. Now, let me share some perspective for you. I've seen people who were, when I looked at all the bets, some people were betting $75 to win $150. When I'm looking at that, I'm like, there is no point in doing that. Doubling my money, 75 to 150, with the risk to lose 75 for nothing. It's just like burning money. It's dumb. The bets I had to place, I almost didn't even want to place the smaller ones. This is going to make me sound arrogant. I'm not rich, but what I can tell you is by getting a taste of the good life, I've raised my standards. I can see a bet that I can place and say, oh, I could turn $1,000 into $12,000, even $15,000. And that doesn't mean anything to me anymore. I know that sounds arrogant. And I'm not saying, oh, I'm so well off in this. It just means it's just not the same. The standard is leveled up. Like in order to be like a win, like let me get at least like 30, right? Give me 20. Give me 20 or something, right? So I saw it was 12 and I'm like, oh, a few months of bills. Like, no, now it's bigger. And so now that I'm thinking this way, it's like, what am I willing to bet on? What am I willing to put up? What are the odds I need to gain and how much does that need to be? And those targets change everything, change how I move, change what I'm satisfied with. So another thing for you is setting the standard is your choice. When we're talking about your dreams and I tell you to pick a dream, how high you aim is up to you. Are you aiming? I've talked before, some people said, I want to get debt free. That's my dream. But think about it. When you came in the world, you already were debt free. So your dream is to get back to where you started. I would challenge you to dream bigger. If you're 100 grand in debt or you got 200K left to pay on your house, why not shoot for, gosh, I don't know, $1 million or 600K in a year? Pay it all off and now you're loaded up. So how big you dream is up to you as we move forward. Now for me, I picked the goal. It's 2 times my bills. So it's like pay all my bills and double that. You know, it'd be more money that I've made with my own products. I've never really done that. But I said, I'm content with that. I can make money in other places. It would be a good win. I'll give myself the year window to hit that goal. Maybe it happens sooner. Maybe it falls up a little bit short. But huge progression will happen in its place. Okay, so that's a little nugget. Next, moving forward about getting serious on your dream. Another thing that can serve you big time. Shout out to Coiny, man. If you're here, I know you don't speak a lot of English. He uses translations, but I see you smashing. I'm going to let you know I'm here by retweeting. He's making live comments right now. Smash, retweet, bro. Appreciate you showing lots of love. All right, the next thing. Environment. Okay, I'm just giving you little nuggets, getting serious about your dream. The reason why the DreamCat community can be so powerful and why I'm like recruiting you. I'm saying if you have a dream, run with me because I'm ready to run. I'm ready. I have to run. Like it's going to happen this year. And so I feel like if we're taking massive action, like Iggy, I wish Libre was here today. He's doing his thing. He's here so often, but he's taking massive action often, right? He got monetized on X. He's making money on X now. He got 1 million views. I don't even think it was weeks. I think it was in a day. I think he got 1 million views one day, 1.5 million views the next day, 1 million views like 2 days from then. So we got 3 million views in 3 days. You know what made that possible? Intention. Iggy was banned, and so was Dream Chaser, and so was someone else in our community lost their X account. Iggy rebuilt. Now he's monetized. Now he's got 120 comments on his GM post. Intention, okay? Environment is powerful. Environment is powerful. So for me, other times my life changed is when my environment changed. So ideally, obviously, the more we're active in the dream community, the more time you can want to spend here, not just waiting or dropping a comment, right? You actually want to hang out. You actually want to vibe. We actually want to talk about the good stuff. But when I feel like when you're actively chasing your dream, there's so much motion. And what we can do here in the dream community is do it together. Like we can talk about the motion in the chat. We can talk about the motion, in the Telegram on X. Boost each other like it's active dream chasing. And when you see someone else like you, maybe it's, I'm saying, hey, I'm starting a new page from zero. I'm starting a new page from zero. Anyone else starting a new page from zero? I know 2 or 3 people who want to grow. Raylan, you said, not to be cliche, you want to make 2026 your best year ever. I'd like to hear more about what avenue we can use for that, even if it is crypto. We could talk about that too. So, okay, there's people who want to do that. So the environment, right? If the dream standard is, let's just say, all right, I learned I have to make 2 videos a day, every day. I've looked at socials. I've looked at my own socials. I've looked at people who started a goal and said, I want to get monetized on social, and then they stopped. I looked at a girl I know who has made multiple pages, and this is actually a girl I really like. This is a girl I like and believe in, friend, okay? She's created multiple pages. She's tried to get her stuff. And I look back and it was like, oh, one post every 3 days, one post every day for 5 days. And then maybe that stopped after 1 month, after 2 months. If it's dream until reality, what would the effect be of, hey man, I'm going to make 2 or 3 posts a day? If I'm making 2 or 3 posts a day and we're like starting at the same spot and you're making 1-3 a week, then we're going to see the difference. You'll be able to see the difference in actions. Whenever massive action happens, this is where the results come in. It's happened to me many times. And I'm not even going to name drop it all. I can think of it, but like so many times up against other people who think it's impossible, I was able to do it. And they said, dude, how did you do that? I said, you're just not doing like the reps. I haven't done the reps. I haven't done the massive action. Got to be clear. So environment. I can also think a huge shift. When I made my biggest shift, I changed who I was around and what I saw. My best shift was getting my first job out of college. So I went from my environment, my college roommates. I had some roommates who were fit. This worked too. In our junior year, there was 4 of us. 2 of us were athletes. 1 was in good shape and went to the gym. The other guy was like 30 pounds overweight, smoked and drank all the time. By the end of the year, based on societal peer pressure, being around us saying, oh man, you want to go to McDonald's? No, we don't eat that crap, right? Based around seeing that, he peer pressured himself, call it healthy or not, but because being around us, he's just like, he just leveled up. Like he hit the gym. He got more extreme than us. He's like, no, I'm not even having mustard. I'm like, mustard's good. Mustard doesn't have any calories, anything. He's like, nah, I'm not even doing mustard. He got so extreme, and guess what? He got shredded. He got buff. All his belly fat was gone. That is because of environment. Shout out to Brandon. That is because of environment, okay? So, okay, there's an ecosystem. So in college, that's my last ecosystem. I have that. We get drinks. Getting good grades is important. Hitting the gym is important. Taking care of ourselves is important. Cleaning up is important. That's like the standard. Then first job, go to work. And now I'm with, okay, people I'm working around. I mean, I'm around a guy who I'm watching a lot of money get made, right? I watch him come up to my desk and I'm on a phone call and he intervenes and he's like, yeah, you know, why don't we do this instead? I'll come speak. And oh, how much is that going to cost? $30,000 for 1 hour. $30,000 for 1 hour. Well, because of his name, because of his efforts, okay, by the way, sometimes I see little glitches. This is a VPN. This is a blank computer. If we've been through this before, we were hacked a long time ago. I saw 2 little lines through the screen. So if you're trying to hack, no point. Blank computer, empty, no crypto. Okay, we learned our lesson a long time ago. Please enjoy the show. You're always a target if you do a stream. So, I'm sorry. Hopefully this is still good for you. I'm trying to get through this. I watched this guy come to my desk. He hopped on the phone, intervened in the phone call that I was on, and he basically arranged like, yeah, I'll come speak, 30 grand. I watched him in 60 seconds, that's not true, 3.5 minutes, secure a $30,000 payment for 1 hour of his time. Granted, he has to prepare and fly and show up to another city, but 1 hour. That kind of stuff, that environment that I put myself around, it changed my mindset. Oh my gosh, $30,000, that's like, you know, a chunk of a salary. Some people make $30,000 a year and they wonder how to ever get ahead. Well, if we live in a capitalist society, it's how can you bring more value? How can you hack time? It's not dollars for hours. It's leverage. It's energy. It's new tech, like it's meme coins. It's AI. It's service. It's making a change and a difference in people's lives, and that makes you of value. It's loyalty and service and how you can help people in hard times, right? Okay, so that put me on. That showed me. I watched that guy and I watched his girlfriend author a book in like 5 months. They were under deadlines. They were working with Amazon. See, I was a product of this amazing environment I was around. They were working with Amazon. Like, oh shit, they're talking to Amazon. They're going to put a book on Amazon and they're saying, hey, I need to lock in. They had a deadline. They had urgency. I need to submit these 5 chapters by this date. I won't be in the office. I can't talk. I have to lock in. And guess what? They both published books that year. And shortly after that, I published a book too, because I was in the environment of showing me what's possible. So your environment, dreamer, is so essential. What is your environment today? What is your environment today? To be fair, we can make the dream environment on fire. We're still kind of dragging our feet, dragging along, but the dream's the dream. It's got to happen. And when it's flowing or it's lively, I'd love for you to be there in it. So you get contaminated. So you get brainwashed and say, damn, I'm saying, sorry guys, I haven't been here in a long time. I don't have time. But Libre is proving that that's a lie. I'm not calling anyone out. I'm saying Libre is showing you what's possible. Libre has a 9-to-5. Libre has kids. Libre has, I don't know, responsibilities. He says he still goes to the gym. He's never posted a picture. We're waiting for the half Libre docs. So he says all this stuff. He does all these things. He lives his normal life, and yet somehow he finds more time. He's on X more than I am right now. He's beating me. Good. It's in my mind, bro. I haven't lost it. I'm a competitor. I got to push Iggy to level him up. So watch out. I want to see what I can do. Okay? And can the best, your best, or even could your half-assed, half-hearted efforts be equivalent to some people's best until they see your true best, and your true best will raise the standard. So when I say getting serious about your dream, the title of this talk, again, it's an invitation. Do you have your target? I'm ready to run. Are you? Gotta do it. I'm talking, gotta do it. Just gotta crack the code, gotta figure it out. Let's roll. Who wants to run? Because look, okay, now let's get into crypto a little bit. In this market, right, we're talking here, Dreamcat's the meme coin. You know, it ain't gonna pump itself. It's not gonna magically move. You know, little things happen along the way, but there's got to be catalysts. You got to get out there. You got to get in motion. That's the only way. All right. So we're thinking about that. We're thinking about meme coins. We're thinking about crypto. What you can do, you have a plan to make it. You want to make 2026 your best year ever. I see Raylan just pulled up. Shout out to Raylan. Glad you made it, brother. If you're Raylan, if you're Mr. Scene, Raylan said, not to be cliche, 2026 is going to be my year. Mr. Scene, I know he has a grind, and I know crypto is maybe his vehicle. But what I'm telling you guys is what we can do together is we can work on this dream, but not be waiting for this to be your big break. This can be your big break. But what I want to do is help you help yourself to get free without it. My roadmap and my game plan for 2026 frees me without crypto. But guys, I got investments. I know about the Catcoin super cycle. Obviously, I'm probably the biggest Dreamcat holder, okay? Not the same for me as it is for you. But I'm not waiting. And a lot of people in this space that we're in are waiting for the markets to turn, waiting for the markets to change. That's why they log off. That's why they get quiet. At least on my end, I've never been waiting. I've been saying, I got these lifelong dreams. I'm chipping away at the pieces. Dreamcat's a big piece of that. And we do the work and we do the work and it all falls in line. It's just like part of the motion and movement. So don't wait. Don't be a spectator. And if you want, since we are waiting, and since I think today prices were going up, I think they retraced a little bit. If you're one of those people out there who's not trying to build on social media, I'm about to build on social media. I also have a plan to monetize this year. Maybe I can share insights, and if I can do it, maybe you can see how it's possible for you. Or if you're trying to be a preacher, we can show it's possible for you. Or if you're trying to be a content creator, we can find your niche that's going to work. If it's humor, if it's reposting certain videos, if it's posting fights or sports clips or motivational content. Like, I think Libre can monetize on the motivational content. Just got to crack the stuff. He's making his own organic content. Like, Libre's going to do his thing, man. Libre's going to do his thing. My job is to make sure that he doesn't pass me up. I like it. I like the energy. I gotta pull up and show him what's possible. So okay, on all that, figuring out like what your thing's going to be. But if it's crypto, if you don't want to do social, we can do crypto too. So we can talk about how when you put all your energy, if we want to take not your energy and showing up here and just reposting dream, when you're in motion, that stuff will become easy, believe it or not. Like when you're all in your dream, it's a huge, huge difference. So if you want to make it in crypto and you want 2026 to be your year and you want to free yourself through crypto without waiting for things to pump, we can talk about how you can do that too. Because what I'm telling you, dreamer, is that the gap is literally your intention. This is why I'm so passionate right now, because of what I'm telling you is you could have done this all along. Because I could have done this. I'm just speaking from my own truth. I could have done this a long time ago. I just didn't have a big enough why, didn't have a big enough urgency. Now I'm like, I'm going to do it because I have to do it. That same understanding is what I'm passing off to you, to say, all you have to do is decide if you're really about that life. Let's lock arms. Let's paw up. Let's go. Let's go. Because all that's holding you back is the intention. Because the massive efforts, the massive actions, the inputs create the outputs. How did we get so many people in our space before? We got 100-person space. That was just based on actions and momentum. How do we get to 700K? Actions and momentum. Like we know what to do in one level. And so now we're going to take those things, we're going to apply them to dreams. And so again, if yours is crypto, let's just think out loud. There's some people, like I would pick on, we'll just say maybe someone from Nigeria. We've picked on Prince enough. We're not talking about Prince now. I'm not penalizing him for being in the comments. But we know a lot of people. I've spoken to a lot of people from Nigeria. I know that's one of most people, a lot of people from crypto, you hear, hey, I'm from Nigeria, because it's a really hard place to live. If I was there and I was trying to free myself, I would like, if I'm starting where you are and I need to free myself, I can't compete perfectly because I don't have your environment totally. But if I want to be on Web3 and I have internet, I know what I would do, like in order to do that, right? So maybe for you, we'll give a little example. It's, all right, you need starting capital. We'll just say your internet bill's paid. Maybe you got a job and like, you're not perfect, but your internet bill's paid each month. Okay, you want to get it on social media. You want to get off on social media. Okay, we need a target. What do you need? You need money to start with. You need some money to invest in. So you either need giveaways. You need to win a giveaway. You need to win some tokens. You could win 20,000 Dream tonight, 30,000 Dream. It's not much. I think it's maybe $3 US, but you can also win 30,000 Dream or $25 every 6 days a week in the DreamCat community. But a lot of people don't do that. The first person who did it, we'll see if it fully aligns, but I think he won like $125 in 1 month, plus 60,000 Dream tokens. Just like that, just in that beginning stretch. So if that's all you really want, okay, it's simple strategy, right? Strategies could be, okay, I want you to search out 200 giveaways a day, 50 giveaways a day, 25 giveaways a day. Enter 25 giveaways a day. Enter 3 space giveaways, okay? Like here's a space, show up, be active, enter this one, enter 2 more. Do this every day or do this 3 or 4 days a week. You're gonna win. The same people win all the time. The win is in the show up. Your odds go way up. So right there, okay, we're just assume after a month, maybe you win 20, 25, 50 if you do it for 3 months. Maybe you win 100, 150 prints. You had a great attitude in certain waves that caught attention. I know Dream Chaser sent you a bag. You were able to get a phone, right? Someone here got a laptop from someone. It's all just about the timing of things. And if you need a chance, okay, there's where you can get that investment capital. And then we can break it down again. Okay, let's make a plan, an investment plan, a tiered out plan. Most people are just putting it all on black, and then they're getting rugged over and over again. So it's just like all you need is the intention to get serious, to choose to get serious. That's what this talk is about. Getting serious about your dream. The last thing, I think this is the last thing I want to say, is you also need someone to show you it's possible. I'm not here, I've tried to make it very clear. I don't want to sit up here. We have to grow this community. And I look forward to all the new people I'm going to meet who haven't heard the message before, who haven't heard the stories before. But I tell you, I don't sit up here for my own good. Okay, I'm not up here to, listen to me. Like, I love dreams. I want to chase dreams. I want to make dreams come true. I want to see people make their dreams come true. I do want to build the largest community of dreamers in the world. But that's why I'm here. So when I say you just need someone to show you what's possible, what I'm going to do is I'm going to show anyone who ever knew me what is possible in life. And I'm going to tell you this sincerely because you are the community that I've met. But I tell my dearest friends that I've known for years, whenever I get serious, right? Friends from this is bothering me. Friends from high school, from college, when I go back in town and we sit in the car and we catch up, I'll be like, dude, I'm going to do this, bro. I'm going to do this. I'm telling you, you should look at this. You should look at crypto. You should invest in this. Or, dude, take the leap here, massive action plan. Look, if you wanted to do it, all you'd have to do is this. And I can't impede on my friends' lives. They have to make their own decisions. I can't force you, the dreamer, just because you shared a dream with me. I can't hunt you down and make you want to win. But what I know, the reason why I started posting on social media, because the way I'm trying to build is I've always wanted, I would have loved a mentor. I would have loved someone to help me beat time. I would have loved someone to show me what's possible. Someone who started somewhat like me, started from zero. When I started learning about personal development, I started from zero. My first exposure, I Googled, how do you make money online? That's led all the way up to right here, like 10 years later or something, right? And I'm moving slow. So what I know is I'm going to be the one, every friend that I've had, people who have known me from high school, people who have met me in college, I am going to be the one to show them what's possible. And the thing is, like we talk about in crypto, no one will believe in you until it's done. Now, you are in a unique position here as a dreamer because if you followed along with our book club and Think and Grow Rich and you realize I'm not the one making the rules, I'm just copying the rules. I'm just sharing them with you. Then you know that they already work. Then you know that they're already real. And what I'm telling you is we can follow said rules and we can win. And I'm going to be that person. And I don't want you to be a spectator. You can. I appreciate the support. I appreciate people who encourage me and you just want to hold your dream back. But I'm also saying, if you don't want to be a sitting duck waiting for something someone else does to make your dream come true, and you want to take this, you want to get in the front seat in the car and start driving, then let's go. This is for you. That's my invitation. Same as last week, getting serious about your dream. I'm going to do a space on Tuesday. It'll be sometime in the evening, maybe 7, 8, 9 p.m. Eastern. And I invite anyone who is chasing a dream or is ready to chase a dream or wants to chase a dream to that space to show up and speak. Don't just listen. I don't have too much to say. I want to speak to you. And I want to get serious about your dream because I'm loading up right now. I got some, I got the courses here, and that's info I can share, something I've paid for. Right? But even if you don't have the funds, there's always a path to your dream. There's always a way. Sometimes it just takes a little bit longer. Sometimes to work around. But I got the stuff. The journey probably begins tonight. I got a call on Monday about the podcast, about how we can reshape that, putting the pieces in place. 2026, there's goals. 2025, some of those goals got achieved. Man, think about, let's review here. And I'm going to go back to the comments in case we got some people here. We got hello from Melbourne, Australia, mate. Libre is a legend. Yeah, he's setting the bar, man. He's setting the bar. We got to make sure he doesn't pass us up because we got to inspire him. We got to Uno reverse card him, right? Because that will raise his level even higher. That's the thing, man. And like Bubba Gump, man, outworking me right now, no doubt. I'm coming for Bubba Gump, man. I want to compete with Bubba Gump at Friendly Fire. Bubba Gump outworking me, okay? Libre outworking me, but we're getting there. We're getting there, okay? We're putting the pieces to place. This is how life works. Brick by brick, piece by piece. Piece by piece. Prince says, how high you aim is up to you. Facts. Complete choice. $1 million is a lot. $1 billion, 10 million. You want to be debt free. You want to live freely, eat where you want, go where you want, right? Choices. So I just want to reflect and review about intentions and how it works. I'm going to go back and review a little bit of stuff at DreamCat. Then we're going to go over to the chart. Then we're going to go over to the quote of the day. We got 2 more giveaways. Giveaway for MVP, giveaway for keyword. If you're here right now, the keyword is Fantasia. Let me tell you how to spell it. Fantasia. F-A-N. Fanta, like soda. S-I-A. Sia. Fantasia. Or Fantasia. Okay? What is that? That is a Walt Disney movie about music. I just made it up. It's the magic word of the day. If you simply type that word in the live chat, you're entered to win 10,000 Dream. We're just here to see who's listening. Now, we're going to review 2025. Now, look, when we talk about intention, let's look at the DreamCat goals, okay? We should pull up a little bit of reference. Pull up a little bit of reference for the one time. Eduardo. Man, I know Eduardo's a big dreamer, man. I know he's doing his thing. I know he's making some moves over in the People's Coin, rolling out a new NFT stuff, NFT collection. He just had his 1-year anniversary. Shout out to the people. Okay, so now on this whole DreamCat topic, if we're reviewing, I'm going to go let's go to the big screen. All right, let's look. We're going to look at this right here, this roadmap, all right? Remember what I said? Listen to my words. Intention. Where do you want to go? What is your target? How high do you want to aim? Your targets is where you're going to go. Your expectations is what becomes your reality. Things that you expect to become, like, this is the life you live. We made a roadmap here. I'm not saying we're following it perfectly. I'm not going to go through all of one. But in 2025, we had a plan to trademark DreamCat. I wrote these things out, and this was the guidepost, and these things happened. We had a plan to trademark DreamCat. Those actions took place. That cost like $1,500. It was hard. You had to go through loops. Okay, planted, done. Launched the Cat Collective Index. This was a challenge to do. It exists. We have the Cat Collective Index. It's like 60 pages. It took me 2 weeks. It covers all the cats. Some big PopCat whales followed me. PopCat, the account, retweeted me. Like shortly after that, the Cat Collective Index. That was a goal. The goal was hit. The intention was reached. The interactive PDF shill. It was completed. It was a goal. It was part of DreamCat, right? We had a goal. It was reached. Here it is right here. 54 pages. This is like an immersive, high-quality slideshow exposing you to the alpha of Dream, the community of dreamers. How we're going to do the opposite of everyone else. How it's going to work. And this is available to any investor with our current market cap. We did that. That was a goal. That was a huge, I think that's probably like the biggest asset we have at DreamCat, okay? Now, just going back to the roadmap, the intentions. Okay. Check this out. Wild cards, okay? I don't even know if you've ever read this. I haven't even highlighted these yet. Wild cards under phase 2. Granted, this hasn't moved price yet, right? We're just slow moving. Optimize podcast. Okay, you're looking at an optimized podcast right now. Our quality is much better. Okay, it's leveled up. We've optimized it. I'm doing a call on Monday to potentially maybe relaunch the podcast so we can get organic SEO, so tons of people can see it without just the Dream community. That's in the wild cards. That was part of the roadmap. That was part of the plan. We're simply executing on the plan. Do you have a dream plan? Do you have a dream target for this year? All we have to do is follow the script. Remember I said your life is a movie? Your life is like a book and you're the author. Write the script. This is how I'm playing. I write the script and then I reverse engineer it and live it. Wild card, optimized podcast. Interesting. Did you notice this? Wild card. What does it say? Travel the world tour. Now, travel the world tour. That could have been a lot different. The way I envisioned it is we're in full momentum and, now I'm chasing the dream in real time. I'm going to all these other cities and we have all the motion and action. It's a bigger thing. That wasn't the case at the time. But this year, as the roadmap plan suggested, phase 2, I did travel the world. Go to, in a short stretch, not the whole world, but Europe and such. Russia, London, Paris, Germany, Austria, just because it was intention. So that was there and that was done. Those goals and missions were on my wall, in my face. When I set them, I never knew how. Going to Russia, I've never left the country before. That's scary. I used to get panic attacks and anxiety going by myself, getting the money, figuring out the language barriers, blah, blah, blah. Hard challenge, but it was an intention for 2025. Rewind, I recorded a video in 2022, and I said 3 years from now in 2025, here is what I will have done. Guess what I said in that video? I said I'll probably be in South Carolina, but if I'm not, I'll probably live in Florida. Boom. I live in Florida. It was 3 years. It was in my mind. The target, the intention made it real. Back then, I made a goal and I said, I hope to go to Disney at least 2 more times. I bet I'll go to Disney at least 2 more times. I've been there like 15 times now. Guess what? If I want to go next week, I made a plan. I want to do my reading. This is the ability I have. This is how you pick an intention and you just make your dream literally reality. I have a season pass. I'm just going to go there, like to Epcot, and I'm going to bring my book. There's a really great place. It's like a beautiful park, basically. When the sun's out, it's summer. I'm not in Chicago. It's snowing right now. So I can literally be under the trees on a wide open, non-busy Tuesday. I can bring my books about creating my dream and I can read for an hour, and then I can go ride one ride and go home. And that's an hour and a half of my life, right? I wanted to show you that 2025, there was goals, there was intentions, and a lot of them happened because we had guideposts, goalposts. Get some goalposts. You got a dream, I'm ready to run, I got mine. In review, it is, I need to land a girlfriend who can be a wife, who has potential at least this year. I haven't dated in 6 years. And watch, I'm just going to get a girlfriend because it's an intention. I've already started changing things. I had to get on the dating app. I said, man, how can I get my skin looking better? What do I need to do around the house? Maybe I need to get a little candle here. Maybe I need to get this clean. Maybe I need to furnish this a little bit more. Maybe I need to make sure my I let myself go a little bit, right? Because I'm just working on the dream. There's no one to hold me in check. But man, if I'm trying to get a top tier woman, I got to be a top tier man. Now I'm restocking my cologne. Now I'm up in my wardrobe and saying, man, I got to get some fresh clothes. I can't just wear the same stuff every day. The intention shapes my actions, which shapes the future and the reality. The second big goal is monetize myself. Double. I have all my bills and what I need to pay. I want to double that and never work a 9-to-5 again. That is my goal for this year. So from here, I leave my 9-to-5 behind. If I can do it and we can work together, surely we can find an outlet for you if that's a goal you have, and you don't have to wait for crypto. How much money do you make? This is the kind of stuff that we can talk about on the space. How much money do you need? How much money are your bills? Maybe we can even share that like privately if you so choose. You don't need to. And say, okay, let's make you a plan. Let's make you like a goal and let's chase. And then the goal number 1 is to build a social media following of dreamers. If you know you're a dreamer and Dreamcat, this is what we want to do. We want to build the largest community of dreamers in the world. I plan to do this simultaneously. I hope to blend them into one somehow, but I'm going to, on Instagram and TikTok, build off myself and use that as a funnel for deeper stuff and then monetize in a sense for more extracurriculars. But you guys know if you're listening to this, we're giving so much alpha for free. And that is the thing I also want to tell you. The dream community is going to evolve. Time is going to pass. Things that are free for you, opportunities, don't exist forever. Buying dream for cheap doesn't exist forever. Oh man, maybe I can DM and chat with Dev, won't exist forever. We're chasing big dreams. There's windows of time for everything, right? Which is why I send you an invitation. If you want to dream, I'm going to dream this year. Let's change your life forever. Let's take the leap. What's up, Eduardo? Shout out to the people. All right. That's my rant. Knew it wouldn't take too long, hour and 11 minutes. Let's take a look at the chart and the quote of the day. Actually, no one typed in the keyword, so I'm off the hook for that. Lastly, it's going to be MVP. We got a few people who could enter for MVP. I think Prince could be MVP. Cat Collector could be MVP. I even could give it to Coiny, who's blowing up the comments. I know he can't even understand. I think he commented like 5 times. So we'll take a look at that. But let's go to the dream chart and see where we're at. This week, we had, the last, I guess it was 2 weeks. We had few little things. We obviously want to blow all this out of the water, but we had a few little things ongoing. All right. So let's take a gander here. Bada bing, pow. Here's the Dreamcat chart. Look, we've just been hanging out, maxing and relaxing. I dropped some Dream Alpha in a tweet the other day, and a guy said, can this even break 100K? The same thing about the dream chart is the same as what we're talking about with dreams. All it takes is intention and energy. Whenever you want to, I remind you that some people who have meme coins are doing everything in their power to go to the moon. Some people who have meme coins are not willing to do everything. We are willing to go the distance. We're willing and able to do massive action plans. We can create motion. We can do these things, okay? So this is what you see. It's been a long while. So do whatever you want to do. That's fine. But we had we had Peter, man, Peter. We wish you would stop doing that. It would go higher if you just hold. But Peter dumps every so often. So I think he dumped like $1,200. He's like the one person who sells. We're obviously 57K market cap right now. So those little swings make a difference. But Legend Coiny this week, I think that took us to 50K. I think Coiny's been buying up the dip. So he's getting his dream bag. I know he was a big buyer this week. A few other people have bought. We got all green the last 24 hours. Nothing crazy. We're not in crazy motion on the bags at the moment, but we're in motion, absolutely, doing things, moving close to the dream. So exciting times there because we're in motion. It excites me. Now let's go to the quote of the Daisy. Quote of the Daisy. Let's take a gander. Michael Jackson, that's right, Michael Jackson. The quote is, you can always dream, and your dreams can come true, but you have to make them come true. And what I want to say to that is, don't be the sitting duck. I talk about the dream, and so you can say, yeah, man, I'm just going to hang tight to this dream stuff. Maybe the dream will happen. It's best to be a player in your life, not a spectator. Spectators can win. You could have bought Bitcoin and never talked about it. But it's better to be a player. So in this case, MJ, who had the crazy work ethic, both of them, Michael Jordan and Michael Jackson, was in motion, was a workaholic in a sense, like working. You can always dream and your dreams can come true, but you have to make them come true. You have to take action. This is what we want you to do. Take actions. Actions create results. It's like 2 + 2. Motion is always noticed. Action and reaction. So just a friendly reminder from your neighborhood Spider-Man that you can flip the switch whenever you're ready. You can flip the switch whenever you're ready. You can be the one. You can be a dreamer, but that choice is up to you if you're willing to take the leap. That's what we want to do here. And some of you are with us as OGs. And I'm going to tell you what's going to push you. Another thing that's going to push you is watching people who come in, say you've been here for the whole time, right? And then someone new come along and start from the same spot as you and apply what we share because we know it works. Apply what we share and watch their life transform from the same spot as you. So maybe I can't relate to you perfectly, but someone just like you hops in and does exactly what's been said and transforms their reality. And you say, oh, damn, maybe that could be me. But maybe that moment passes, and maybe you're on your own now, and there's no one to pump you up. So this is a golden opportunity. If you're a dreamer, let's get serious. We're going to do a space on Tuesday, TBA, time to be announced. We're going to hop over to Twitter real quick, take a look, and see if we got any more MVPs on today's stream. We reward the MVPs. We got 10,000 dream for an MVP. Let's see. Keep the dreams alive. Let's go. Love the energy. I'm going to smash a comment on that right after. Token Titan. What is this? The topic? It's not gambling if you know you're going to win, but it's seen as a gamble before it's called obvious. Dreamcat. So look, here's a great example, okay? Some people could say, this is why you're here, because this is the stuff that you wouldn't get if you're just scrolling on Twitter. See this post right here? This is a hype post. I made this post. It's not gambling if you know you're going to win. I'm talking about cat season. But it's seen as a gamble before it's called obvious. So you can say, I'm insinuating by Dreamcat, I'm insinuating by some of these other cats like Popcat or Suki or whatever, or Ninja Cat. And people who are on the outside, this is the thing, this is your advantage. The way they're playing the game is, okay, I'm reading this, and maybe it's going to pop tomorrow. Or they're going to watch and they're going to wait for clues. But here's the thing. They aren't going to win big because when you play that game and you're looking for proof, then just as quick as you come on board, just as quick as you'll hop off. So say Dream starts moving and now it's obvious and it's at 800K and it goes to 2 million. They'd be like, damn, that's already a 2X coming from 57K. This thing can't go much higher. Shoot, it's going down a little bit. I'm going to sell everything. I'm going to sell everything. And that goes to $1 billion market cap over time because you never locked in. This is why I say, just like how I invest, seeing is not always believing. You can see the potential when you're paying close attention. I don't want to discontinue these posts. I'm going to continue to make these posts. You can get caught up in the when and the how, or you can choose to be a believer. And the believer, in my opinion, is what makes you win big, believing in things. And again, I could use the Chicago Bears as an example. The Chicago Bears are playing the Los Angeles Rams, okay? I'm excited, by the way. This is going to be on Sunday. I am actually going to watch the game. I have been looped in. The Bears haven't been in the playoffs in 15 years. They're playing the Rams. If on the betting odds, like 62% of people think the Rams are going to win. Most people think the Bears are going to lose. The player on the Rams is Matthew Stafford, the quarterback, is likely going to be the MVP of the league. So a fair weather fan who's looking at the surface says, oh, man, Bears can't be the Rams. Everyone the Bears played this year was like a crappy team. The Bears had all these comebacks. It's not sustainable. They have all these rookies. They can't beat Puka Nacua and Devontae Adams and blah, 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 blah. But the believers who've been paying close attention, they see the wild cards, and they don't have to wait for proof, which will change the winning possibilities. I'm going to use the gambling analogies. Waiting for proof changes your gains that you get to receive, right? I said, I think, here's my prediction. I could be wrong. It could be over by Sunday. I said, I think that the Bears are going to meet the Patriots in the Super Bowl. Patriots are like a young team. They're just, people kind of believe that. No one thinks the Bears will go to the Super Bowl. They have to go against the Seahawks. This is NFL football, America. Let's go against the Seahawks. Who else is good? Who else are we going to play? We're going to play the Rams, who have the MVP. They're like, no way the Bears are going to make it. But I said, I think the Bears can make it. The odds, I think, to make that bet of those two is like 1 to 31, basically. So like something like that, or 1 to 29. So if you bet $1, they'll give you $29. So if you bet $100, they'll give you $2,900. So they're basically like, oh, there's no way. Look on the surface, the Bears have lost almost a bunch of games. They have a second-year quarterback, a rookie coach, because they were never believers. But when the Bears win, if they do, I have a feeling they could. They have a good chance. Maybe not. If they win and they win again, then they'll have the chance to buy Dream, to buy Bitcoin now that it's up, to buy into the Bears, and they will become believers. But at what cost? Opportunity. Okay? So you're always, just looking at that comment, just sparked a thought. You're always best off being a believer. I'm always going to paint the big vision, and this is me doing the world a service. This is me doing the world a service. I scream Dreamcat from the rooftops. I'd be dumb to just stop doing that. I will continue to do that. And you do whatever you want. I don't even care. That's the best part is, again, I'm not a spectator, right? I just said, I don't want you to, you could say, man, if I just wait around, maybe Dream will pump. For me, I don't need to wait around and hope that Raylan puts in 100 grand. I don't need to wait. I'm the driver, and this is what we want for your life. We want you to be the driver of the car, the author of your life, the director of your movie, and we welcome you and invite you to be a dreamer and take this leap, all right? All right, back to X. We're scrolling, we're looking. He says, I highly doubt that. 57K, $44 volume. I highly doubt that. Raylan says, let's get it on. I'm in the building. Jefferson's in the building. Suki gang. Love it, man. Shout out to Suki. Love Suki. It's not luck. It's clarity, consistency, and calm mind. Dream. Gamble is what they call it before the narrative clicks. Then it becomes obvious. I like that. Retweeting that. The crowd shows up when it's safe. Builders show up when it's uncertain. Man, on top of the game here. I like that. Most people call it gambling because they don't see the work behind the belief. See, this is massive action. This is massive action. Before it's obvious, it always looks like a risk. Conviction changes the game. Look at all these comments here. I think this is, I think Coiny has a few alt accounts. So I think this is few alt accounts. But look, this right here. If you can see the screen, am I still talking about? Oh, I'm sorry, guys. I want to show you. I want to prove to you, because I'll tell you, when people talk about being believers and what it takes, there's all different levels of believers, holding dream, talking about dream. But at the end of the day, massive action will make things happen. Coiny shoots up the list for me as a dreamer taking action. Coiny does. Let me tell you why. Just look at this. When you talk about massive action, you know, how bad do you want it? What are you willing to do? We can create our own energy. Coiny has a few alts, it looks like. Full comments. Racking it up with intention. Now imagine if we all push with the same energy. I have pushed with this energy before. Coiny has pushed with this energy before. I've seen Prince push with this energy before. I've seen Kyle push with this energy before. I've seen some dreamers push with this energy before. But again, notice you lose people along the way, right? Because, oh, it didn't happen. Because, oh, times are down. That's what almost everyone does with their dreams. That's what almost everyone does with their dreams, with their podcast, with their project. This is why they lose. You can't quit. You dream until reality. So shout out to Coiny, man. This is dreamer energy. This is believer energy. This kind of energy, you notice him in the TG. Hey, sparking up some conversation. I see Raylan in the TG now more. Coiny's making some talking points. That's what makes things happen. Mr. Scene, you want to dream together? I'm ready, bro. Let's dream together. Let's talk. Let's talk. I'm ready for it. Prince says, awesome topic. I'm here for it. Let's go. Cat Collector says, dreams are so powerful because they give us purpose to do things we might not be doing otherwise. It doesn't matter how big your dream is. Start now and stop wasting time. Damn, you got showed out in the comments. I might have to extend some of my, I like comments like these. Powerful, powerful, spoken word, powerful. All right, MVPs. We got Prince for MVP. All right. By the way, drop us a follow if you're not already. If you're just stopping by, come on, man. Dreamcat Solana. Let's get the followers up. 2,617. Let's get that to 2,618. Drop us a follow. What are we doing here? Building the largest community of dreamers in the world. Can you believe in that? Do you think it's possible? Do you think we're really the ones? Oh, man, maybe it's just, maybe we're just one of these other meme coins who's just hanging out, wasting time. Never that. Worldwide. How am I following so many people? All right. MVPs. We got. Then we'll close this out unless we got more comments. We got Prince. We got Cat Collector. Absolutely. All right. I'm going to put Coiny in there because of all those comments he left. Okay. I'm going to put Prince, Cat Collector, Coiny. Raylan, are you still here with us? Raylan dropped, you know, I'm gonna put Mr. Scene in the MVP. Why? Because the content of the X content. I love it. I retweeted it. Bodyguard. Yeah, I'm gonna put Mr. Scene in there. I'm gonna put Raylan in there because he commented too, and he was in the comments. All right, we got 5 people to choose from. Number generator, 1 through 5. I'm going to click it. I'll show you for transparency. All right. I see Libre just pulled up. Libre, we shouted you out, actually. I have to summarize. I said, I'm coming for you, man. We can't let you, I said, you're doing some dream things. I said, we can't really allow that. I said, Libre's playing big. Bubba's playing big. We got to remind people what's possible. So there you go there. Show it to you guys. Here we go. 1 through 5. You see it there? I'm going to click the button. If it doesn't move and I click it, that means it was 1. Okay? Sometimes that happens. Okay, it was 5. 5 is Raylan. So shout out to the Frog. Shout out to Cat Collector, the 2 winners. We had 10,000 Dream that wasn't claimed. I am going to save this up, and I'm going to stack it, and I'm going to give it away secretly at another time. No one claimed it today. 10,000 Dreams. That means maybe it'll be 40 one time, or maybe someone will win 20 or more along the way. Okay? Dang, that's all we got. Again, it was an invitation, and the final invitation is Tuesday. If you're adamant about chasing your dream and you're ready to chase, I'm getting ready to chase my dreams. I think it's just a matter of intention and choice. If you want to do so, and you're talking a big game for 2026, let's hang out on X Spaces on Tuesday. Come up and let's talk. I feel like this is a really good invitation because a lot of people want to make their dreams come true, and we all have limiting beliefs like, oh, I don't have the time. I got to work this job. I can't make it. But that's the thing. Like, dreamers find the way. Dreamers, what was I going through? I was watching a coaching call yesterday, and it said, you say you don't have time, do an audit of your life and find where you can carve out 3 to 4 hours a week of time from a whole week. You may be able to carve out 2 hours a day of wasted time from scrolls or 15 minutes sitting in your car or making breakfast or eating breakfast in your car. And they say, here's ways. I'm going to give you a final tip that I learned from the sales call. It said, if you want to shave off 3 to 4 hours a week from your schedule and find that extra time to make your dream come true, said, here's a few things. One thing you can do is you can delegate things. Find things that you can delegate. So for example, maybe you do the dishes now. Maybe you do the laundry now, and you have kids, or you can do a trade-off with your wife, and that can buy you 30 minutes or an hour. Oh, we're going to put the kids to work. We're going to have them do this. Or maybe maybe there's an extra thing that you can find there. So it was delegate. What was the other thing? It was another like elegate. It was like delegate. Maybe it was like regulate. So see who you can have people do stuff for you. See what you can cut out. Is there anything that you can cut out or that you can pay for? So the other thing was like pay for. So certain things, it may be like maybe you mow your lawn and it takes 3 hours to do 2 times a month. But you realize you can pay someone, and if you could get yourself 6 hours to chase your dream, that investment in the money that you put out may have a bigger inflow if you're working towards your dream. So it's like pay people, put your own family to work, see if there's little places where you can cut corners. And what was 3? Audit kind of just where you're wasting time, which we all waste time. I waste time. You know what makes me not waste time? A bigger why. So when there's stuff to do, there is no time to waste time, and you just do stuff and you cut the corners. Okay, so that's all I got for Dream Talk. Hopefully this could serve you. We're doing a coaching call on Monday, or at least I am, about this podcast to see, do we relaunch it? Do we change the quote of the day to the Dreamcat quote of the day? How can we change our SEO so we can get noticed organically on Google, on podcasts, from Grok, from other places besides crypto? Understand, it takes one shift, one little thing. What we're doing here is we're dreaming until reality. You've heard it here first. Don't wait for the dream to come true. Don't just come and hang out and pass by. Take control. Let's chase your dreams. Let's make 2026 a big year. That's all I got. I will be in the VC playing motivational audio shortly. See you in there.
That'll do it, guys. I just want to take a moment to send my gratitude. Thank you to all the dreamers who show up here, who support, who dream with us. I want to remind you that the mission here is not just meme coinery and, hey, come show up and waste your time. We're on a mission here. You may not understand it yet. You may not fathom or dream this big yet, but we are here to build the largest community of dreamers in the world. Laugh if you need to. Get it out of your system. All dreamers start somewhere, and it starts with a vision. What I love about the world, what I love about actually meme coins especially, is that belief is the main character. Belief is the main source of everything. It all comes down to belief. And that is what we are building the dream on. Matter of fact, if you know about the book Think and Grow Rich, it's in here. We talk about desire and consistency and compounding and all these things. We're building this mission on laws and principles that have been universal and conclusive for decades. We're building Dream in a way that has never been done before. We are a first mover, planting our flag in the space with full respect to the builders and the degens and everyone else who's built out this space. We're coming here as a newbie, as a first mover, and we're doing the opposite of everything you've ever seen. Our market cap may vary. Our holders may vary. Our volume may not be that sexy, but if you're hearing this message, you have a chance. You have a chance to watch the quantum leaps of improvement, step by step, moment by moment. It's revealed to you how the dream can change the world, how we can go from 2 believers to 10 to 1,000 to 2 to, and as it goes on and on, the dream becomes more and more undeniable. You know, there's actually 3 specific things that we're going to do that set us apart. And that's this. Number 1, we're building on unshakable belief. Belief is everything. Some use it. Murad uses a little bit, but we're using it at a level never before seen. We are giving you reasons to believe. We are showing in our consistency, stacking. Okay, number 1. Number 2, massive action plans. Some people have done them. Print out flyers, dress up in a chicken suit, go crazy. I've done these before. They make dreams come true. I've done them going 60%, 70% in. What could it look like if we go all in? What could it look like if 1,000 dreamers participate in massive action plans? I see a future that is undeniable, that is unstoppable. Why? Because the ticker is golden. It's dream. It's universal. It beats time. It goes for any sex, any religion. Everyone has a dream, but guess what? 97% of those people aren't going to see it come to pass. They don't have what it takes. They're not willing to go the distance, which is why so many have come to the dream and left. Because for most, seeing is believing. But if you're listening to this message now, there's a very good chance that you happen to be a visionary or luck has found you and you are in the right place at the right time. It would be criminal of me not to encourage you to take a look at Dream, use your best judgment, and consider buying a bag. When you paint a vision so vast as building the largest community of the dreamers in the world, doing the opposite, being a first mover, building Dream as a mascot. Did you know that that's who Dream is? Dream is a mascot. He doesn't maybe have a meme. He's not one of these OG cat memes that everyone truly loves. He isn't known yet, but he's becoming known here, the most successful cat in the world. This is a community where dreams become reality. This is a community, when it's all said and done, where you can come chase this dream together with us while simultaneously chasing your own. And to be very blunt and clear, that is exactly what I am doing in real time. And I believe that if I'm able to make my dream come true within the Dream Cat community, well, Dream is a part of that dream. And so it's like a vision on top of a vision on top of a vision. But with success, which of course I believe in myself, I do, Dream will become maybe even more than what we envisioned it to be. It's simple concepts, brick by brick, compounding consistency, 1 to 2 to 8 to 16, 32. I skipped a bunch of numbers, 120 something, stack. We appreciate you being here. We simply want to remind you of our intentions. We simply want to remind you to tap into your dream. We want to remind you to wake up, stop chasing. Perhaps the time of chasing runners is over. Perhaps a season of builders is coming. And when it comes, I don't want you to be late to the party. No one is building like Dream. Dream does not have a ceiling. If you want to investigate this yourself, I encourage you to go over to the website, dreamcat.xyz, and take a look with your own eyes. Most will not. When they hear about the dream, they look at the volume, they look at the chart, they dismiss it, and they keep going. 1,000 believers, it's just math. In this 54-page PDF, we tell you reason after reason, specifically why Dream can change the game, why it's a mascot of tomorrow. We explain why I'm in Orlando, right? Why I'm here. It's for the Dream. Check it out. Take a look. Do your own research. Buy, don't buy. We're indifferent. It's good either way. What we really want is for you to chase your dream and make it come true. And if you can do that and you don't buy a single token, we will win. Thank you guys for hanging with us. We hope to see you next week, every single Thursday, 7 p.m. EST. Next week, invite in a friend. Retweet it out. Share it. Are you really a dreamer? Why is your PFP a dog when it could be Dreamcat? Shout out to the dog. Shout out to my friends. Fine. Thank you guys. Take care. We'll catch you on the next one. Cheers.